What's happening, fishing friends? Welcome to another episode. Tonight we're doing something a little bit different. Earlier today I posted a video on Instagram of some baits that I just got done, clearing and everything, putting the outside coat on, kind of like you see here, that shiny outside coat. That way when you throw this lure, all the paint doesn't come off it. But about this process, I've had a number of people ask me, just spit all over, the behind the scenes process on lure making. Now I know a lot of you out there don't want to watch the actual painting of lures, the process. It's not really your thing, right? I'm not going to be painting today. It's going to be all about lures that I've already done. For example, that guy right there, and that's a plopper in case you didn't see, a little plopper that I painted there. A whole bunch of other cranks clearing in the little station that I built for clear coat. So I'm going to take the camera off here. We're going to go over there, and this is going to benefit a couple of you because I'm going to pick two random winners. I will paint whatever type of pattern you want as long as it's something I can do, I guess. But colors, I'll work with you. It'll be your own custom lure. I can sign it if you want, whatever. Not that my signature's worth anything, but heck, you let me know. I'll try to make it to the best of my ability. So let's take this off here. Go take a look behind the scenes at all the painting and such. Okay, here we go. A little behind the scenes action. So if you all saw my Instagram earlier today, this actually sparked quite a few questions from some people. So this is the clearing box that I built. I use KBS, which is, I think it's like a polyurethane dip. But you make a little hanger on your lure. You can see I made one there on the front. Take your lure, you dip it in the KBS, and you put a little drip wire on the back there. All the excess clear coat drips off that. That way it doesn't pool up on the end of your bait. So just kind of a little array of things I've got here. People wanted to see some of these. That's a craw pattern for a special someone who, not going to go through every single lure, but for example, here's like a clear kind of translucent bluegill. Look at the back. It's got some purple on there. You can barely see it. It's like an iridescent purple. You get it in certain lights, but it just looks really neat. So something like that. It's fun just to kind of mess around with the different bluegill patterns. I did black fins on it. I don't like the black as much as like a dark brown, but you can see kind of that crackle look. Same for this guy here, a little bit brighter bluegill. You can see there the the regular bluegill lines. It does again have that iridescent purple in back. Hard to pick up, but kind of some funky toxic eyes. What else? We got a little walking bait in here, like your Lucky Craft Sammy. You can see he's kind of crackled. Looks like it has some blue veins and such in him. Drew some little fins on him. Here's a new blank that I picked up. I kind of like the way that guy turned out. Kind of like a stone color, and the bottom is a really weird, I forget what even the mix of the colors were, but gives it a really cool pearl look. Guys, should be pretty cool. I think this is like the Evergreen Shower Blows or something like that. It's what it's supposed to be a copy of, but this was a giveaway winner's bait. I got that baby all cleared and everything. You can see there's some kind of reverse stencil work, kind of to make it look like flames. The bottom has kind of a cool pattern. Just playing around with different stuff. I even tried to do some of the gill stuff on there. It's hard to do on the smaller baits, but this dude was really fun. This is like a Spro Lil John. Look at that. I kind of went with, oh yeah. It's got an iridescent hidden purple in there inside that black. So you can't see it when you look straight on. It looks black, but man, when you get that baby in the camera, a little bit of light, flash and purple. Oh, some custom eyes I made there. Turned out kind of rad. Kind of a new, different little blank I picked up. I made him sort of snake looking, I guess. Some different dot work. The bottom is very pearlish, and you get to the top, and it's got like an iridescent green. Doesn't show up great on camera, but when you see it in person, oh, it's so neat. Little dual purple on purple. You've got kind of the crackle look into some, you can see some dot work into some more crackle work and pearl. Just really putting a whole bunch of different things together, just messing. And these are the wiggle wart type blanks. That guy came out pretty cool. That was like a brown craw pattern. Then I did like a whitish, almost ivory white brown belly. Look at that. Turned out pretty neat. Some, some stencil work, a little bit of shading and such. I like the way that guy looks. Crappie patterns I put together. So this guy had like the crappie pattern underneath. I did like a silver pearl white over it, and then some kind of sponge blotches over the top of that, just to give it kind of a weird, different 3D look. You can really pick that up once you get it clear coated. Makes it look neat. You can see there are a few different crappie patterns. I've got the Lipless there. Oh, here's another one of those Spro Lil Johns. Got a little deep diver crappie action. Again, that's kind of a white crappie in the bars. What else do we have in here? Here's kind of a cool little tiny jerkbait I painted up. Something new, something different, just kind of messing around with patterns and such. A random red and black craw pattern. It's got some dot work on it and such, really just to make it a little bit different, make some things pop. Bill Lewis rattle trap type blank. You know, trying to do the clean stencil work is often hard on rounded baits like a square bill, but a flat guy like this, it's pretty easy to do your stencil work because it's laying flat there. Then really just a bunch of shading in between, and then this one I left the belly. I didn't put any of the crawl marks on. You know, it's got the dot work and such. So sometimes I like to just go really simple. So that was like all chrome pearl paints. Chrome belly, got your black line with like the shad dot going up into a green and kind of a lime green top. That's going to as a giveaway winner as well. I'm so sorry, all the giveaway winners that have been waiting, this is why. I have been so behind. This is 50 some lures here that I finally got all clear coated. So darn behind. These two are actually probably one of my favorites that I've done in a while. It's got that kind of blue crackle look up top into some black blotches into your pearlish lime green belly, and it's hard to pick up all the sparkle and such in there, but just a really different look. The eyes look cool on it. From the top, it's got a cool profile. From the side, from the bottom, I don't know. Just, I'm really digging that one. And that's not only in that one, but I did one of these that is hard to find. Look at these. You want to throw a square bill, look at that guy. That's a 4.5, the big dog. Again, same pattern. Going to that. And one side I got a little bit darker than the other. I didn't realize that until it was done. Still came out cool, though. I can't really decide if I like that light side or the darker side. I don't know. Comment below and let me know which one you like better. And comment below as I'm going through all these, is there one you really like? I know I haven't gone through all of them, but we've got some like wacky stuff in the back, wacky patterns. This guy is all iridescent, like light color change paint. So it's hard to tell, but it kind of changes colors as you get it in the light. That black will turn orange like that right there. Black to orange in the light. You know, just different things like that, different patterns. This was honestly a mess up where I just started putting random colors on it, and it turned out to be super cool. I like the way it turned out. A lot of them are that way, and a lot of these I'll paint and then I don't paint that pattern again for like a month and I forgot how I did it. That's always upsetting. Tim Hahn. Tim has patiently been waiting for his giveaway. He said he wanted a wacky looking craw red, and it's kind of hard to tell, I know, but that's like a fluorescent-ish red down into a green and a lime green belly. It's got purple pearl accents, so you can see on the nose there, purple pearl. The lines on the belly are purple pearl. What do you think of that? Would you throw that crawfish? That guy came out pretty clean. I liked him. So Tim, that is yours, one of the giveaway winners that's been waiting. He just messaged me and was like, oh, are you still sending me stuff? Or what's up, bro? Yes, I am. I'm sorry. Little Chartreuse and Purple. This is one that, again, it was kind of a mess up. Started adding some texture to it, some textured dots. Look at that. You can see how those patches almost come up off of it. Once you get it clear coated, it almost looks 3D, but that's one a lot of people liked. I was happy with that one. Now, this guy is cool because it's got a holographic green card inside, so it's hard to help tell you. There you go, right there, until you start getting it backwards, back and forth like it's going through the water. You get this weird green holographic look inside there. So that's the kind of fun stuff you can do and create your own lures. That's honestly why I love it so much. There's just so much you can do. I had a bunch of people ask about this one from the live stream. Kind of a brown craw look. It's got some different texturing to it, but went with more natural kind of tannish brown colors into a light orangish, almost yellow belly. Kind of neat. Kind of a cool little blank too. I like that real subtle rattle sound. I asked my old lady which one she liked out of all these, and she picked this one. So this is like almost a coffin square bill, a little bit deeper diving. That one just had some kind of different paint stuff, and then I did some kind of dot work into like almost faded gill stuff. But the thing that's cool about this one is the top. That's a custom color that I made, and it's like a two-tone color change. I don't know, turned out looking pretty neat. I think once everything came together, a purple that really reflects down there on the bottom. Another guy with the green and purple. He's got a little bit of chartreuse in there. Again, the crazy radioactive chartreuse eyes. I like that one. This is one that I painted for Westell Angling. I told I'd get one over for him. This is kind of the Nebraska crank color look. I about puked painting those colors. This was kind of a freehand deal I did. It's somebody called it, I think it was Hellabass called it a zombie zebra pattern. You know, just kind of a weird, different look to something that you don't normally see, you know, in stores. But I also did this guy kind of a bone perch look on a little perch blank. So you can see there it's got kind of the bone-ish perch pattern, light details on it into some little kind of speckles and such on it. You know, just a different look. That one I did with the bleeding gills. I had a couple people said they liked that. It's supposed to look like it was kind of all tore up and bleeding out of the gills there. he came out kind of neat. Any other cool warts? The wiggle warts, I'm a big fan of the wiggle warts, your regular kind of fire tiger look. This was like a brown cross, so again, kind of that stencil crackle brown and gold craw look. Oh yeah, somebody said they really liked this one. Again, your craw look, but it's in almost that parrot color with the blue on top, the greens, into like a chartreuse belly. Again, I didn't do the deals on the bottom and top. Some of them I kind of like better without it, just so you can see those colors over it. So it's really up to you all, but like I said, I'm going to pick 2 winners. I will get with you. I will make you your own kind of custom bait, so more to come on that. The box, this is just a plastic box. What is it, a Sterilite box I got from Walmart. I drilled some holes in it. It's got some wooden dowels in here. I've got rows obviously for 4 different rows of lures in here. I cut a hole big enough for some class 1 air duct, and this is, as you can see, they're insulated. So that's insulated air duct tubing that goes to a sparkless fan. Make sure you get a sparkless fan because this KBS stuff is strong. You've got to vent it out. So that goes through a one-way fan, so it's pulling air in here. I've got a hole cut in front. I just kind of covered some of it with duct tape. Pulling air in here, the air goes through here, through my fan and out there. And you can't really see it, but I've got a one-way like dryer vent deal connected to it here. So when it's going, it pushes that out. I built a plywood frame here. Nothing super expensive or elaborate. I'm not really a woodworker, but just put some of these on here. That way this comes out. So it really just fits inside the window frame there. That's pushing all those toxic, gross stuff out there because this stuff reeks. Like if you just dip it and hang it, it's awful. You have to have it vented. So it's pulling all this out. These are pretty much done. I'll have to let them go probably overnight so they're not kind of sticky to the touch, but then I'll have to get split rings and hooks on all those 50-some lures. That's going to be fun. Taking a look over here at my tabletop, I was getting all the stickers out. People have waited over a month for stickers. I'm way behind. I truly am super sorry about that. I've been busy. I'm trying to get the rest of my giveaway things done, packed up for everyone. Ooh, that's bad. There we go, another thing. You never want light behind you. See the light on me? Ooh. But I'm trying to get all those packed up for stickers and everything out. I'm trying to get the rest of the giveaway winners done. But my setup over here, people have asked me about my brush. I picked up the Iwata Eclipse, good beginner brush. This was the one I got right off because I don't know how many people told me just go with that, you won't regret it. It has been a good brush. I ended up trying like a $30 brush off of Amazon later just to see the difference. And the big problem with it, I was painting earlier, but the big problem with that brush is it's kind of hard to see inside there, but inside there, that's just a little bit smaller than my index finger. That's how you clean it. You have to stick a rag in there. I use one of these like really thin tea cloths. My grandma has a whole bunch of them. But use that, you can get in there and clean it out. With the cheap ones, the hole inside there is so small, you can't get in there to clean it. And you're cleaning, you know, colors, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, colors when you're painting one lure. So that's something that's really underestimated. But that's the airbrush I use. I think this comes with a 0.35 nozzle, which is the, can't really see it in there, but right in the end there's a little needle, which just says how like big or how small it'll spray. So that's a nice one. The 0.35 is really nice. You can still do thin lines with it, but hey, dad life, you know you're a tough guy when you drink out of a adult beverage out of a Pocahontas glass. Anywho, the mask, you have to wear one of these. You don't want to be getting that crap in your lungs. So this is just a 3M respirator deal that I wear whenever I'm painting. I have a whole bunch of clips over here when you clip on like the, let's see, like for example, this guy, when you get that crackly look, if you go on Amazon, you can get stuff called like random wire mesh. And it will look like this. It's this kind of weird, random, wiry, meshish pattern stuff. That's how you get that kind of crackly look. Heck, even doing some swim baits. Did a little guy. That's a crappie swim bait I did. You can see a little glide bait, just a little miniature version. The air compressor, I started with a tabletop air compressor. I asked a couple people because it's so loud. Like the little tabletop ones are running the whole time you're spraying. This guy has a big tank. This is a California Air Tools. It's on a little deal here. You can wheel it around. I can take it out back or out to the garage if I need it, you know, to air up tires or whatever. But somebody said they saw that Jen off of JEKYLL Baits had this one. She upgraded to it. So I got this one off her recommendation. Super nice. I can't tell you. It's quiet enough. I can airbrush down here. It doesn't wake anybody up upstairs. I can even talk over this when it's running. So highly recommend that. I think it was like $200, but I mean, totally worth it, especially if you need an air compressor anyway. It's quiet, you can do it inside. It beats having a rattly thing up top on your table. But just starting out, you know, that's all you can afford, get it. I used that for quite a while. It's just kind of noisy, that's the only drawback. Blanks, I know some people had asked about blanks. There's a number of different places you can get the blanks from. I know for like example, when I started out, Shelts on Amazon was decent blanks. I didn't have any trouble with them. You can get up into higher price blanks, all kinds of different places you can find them. So really just get what you like. That is consistent, because if you go really cheap, sometimes you'll find like really cheap crummy off brands on Amazon and they don't swim. I made that mistake with some square bills and with some wiggle wart type blanks. They suck. Don't do it, because then you spend 45 minutes painting one bait and then you take it out and it doesn't run true. Super frustrating. Wallow paints, I've got a few different paints here I've been collecting over the past year, looking for sales. Get them when you can find them for like $4 and stock up on those. Of course, you need a heat gun. This is just a cheap one I got off of Amazon. In between, you'll hear me turn that baby on, essentially drying the paint so it doesn't bleed when you're doing different layers. Over here, I've got some paintbrushes and stuff, scalpel to remove stuff, like a little X-Acto blade, cutting my own stencils. Eyes, I've got a number of different eyes. You can get those on Amazon, different places. This is the KBS. I keep it in like a canning jar deal. So far that's worked. This is really finicky stuff, so you have to make sure it's sealed airtight 100%. If any air gets in there, it dries and hardens from air dry. So if it's exposed to the air, it'll dry up and you'll waste $30 on a thing of KBS. What else? These little helping hands, again, you can get these off of Amazon. They hold your lures while you're painting them. That's another actually little shad swim bait that I did. He turned out the way I was expecting. I'm happy with it, but clear coating these is a pain in the butt. You can't just dip them because they have all the different things that move, so you have to use a 2-part epoxy. So if you don't want to have a whole setup like all that I just showed you with ventilation, you can get some of this Bob Smith 30-minute. Make sure you get the 30-minute 2-part epoxy, and you'll mix these half and half in equal amounts. It's a slow cure. You don't actually get 30 minutes to clear coat your bait. I would say maybe 10 minutes at most, but it'll get to a point it's nice and runny when you first start painting it on. As you let this sit in the air, again, it's an air cure, it starts to get gummy and you can't paint lures. I've ruined lures that way trying to get like 2, 3, 4 different lures done. Mix it in little small amounts. Yeah, I got these cheap little cups off of Amazon, like little medicine cup deal things, and then just mix it in those and you throw it away when you're done. That's kind of an overview. This is the little pot thing, so after you paint in between, when you're cleaning your airbrush out, you do that and it just shoots all that into this pot. And then when I back blow to clean this thing out, I put water in it, hold the tip, back blow it, it blows like paint and stuff up. I just dump that in here. That's my little dump pot. But I think that's about it. A lot of stuff. All right, so I know I threw a whole bunch of information at you there in a short amount of time, but hopefully this was kind of cool. A little bit behind the scenes stuff, seeing how I clear coat the lures. My setup, my little desk here, I love having my own kind of corner over here. I've got a whole bunch of extra boxes I keep up there for giveaways, so that way I hope I can give away some more of this stuff to you all. And remember, I said I'm going to pick 2 winners. I will work with you. I will try to make a custom lure just for you. Your own colors, whatever, I'm happy to do that. And hopefully sometime soon I'm going to be selling these babies if you want to buy one. So that's it for me for tonight. If you have questions about any of the lure stuff, comment below. I'll try to help you the best as I can. So comment below. Let me know if there's any questions you have, anything about all this. I am no pro. I am still learning myself. Marling Baits, shout out to him, and Jen over at JEKYLL Productions, I think she calls it now, JEKYLL Baits. You're going to see an unboxing. I bought some stuff from her, but 2 great people in the game. You can learn a ton from them. Look up their videos. They're both way better than I am at lure painting. If you want to learn stuff, they've got tutorials and such. Go hit up their channels. I'll leave those linked below. But I'll try to leave this stuff linked below, so if you want to check any of it out, that's enough for me. I feel like I've rambled. I've talked a little quick, but this is just a quick off-the-cuff video. Hopefully it was fun. Yeah, so that's it for me. Tonight's Subscribe Fishing Friend is, well, I didn't have anybody picked. Everybody for watching tonight. You're all subscribed Fishing Friends. So thank you all so very much for watching, and until next time.